season 2 already is top tier. Like, I love that you guys are getting a great comedic stride. How do you feel about season 2 versus season 1?
I think kind of what you're saying. I think that season 2, after season 1, I think the writers kind of fall into knowing our characters more and how to write for them. I think the actors, us, we are kind of more into these characters. Like, we've kind of settled into these characters a little bit more. So that's also better. And then our chemistry is so much better because we've had a whole season to work together, and because we're friends off camera, so we hang out all the time, so that comes through on camera. But yeah, season 2, it honestly, I don't know about you, Aaron, but it felt like it flew by. Like, I feel like we shot season 2, it felt like a day. So it was like, I wish it went on even longer. But it definitely feels like we have hit the stride, and the comedy is even better, and there's even more heart, and there's even more of the chemistry between all of us.
Yeah, I'd say the synergy is just there, right? It just grows. The more time you have with each other and with your characters, the more grounded you become. So I think we're just firing on a lot of different cylinders right now. So it feels good. It feels good to finally have it out in the world for people to see.
Okay, and I just want to just bring up your most recent episode, crying in the back of the bakery.
Yeah.
When you guys first read that on the scripts, number one, how quickly did you guys understand the euphemism?
I got it pretty immediately. Yeah. I understood it. And it was a trip because we did the table read and everyone was just cracking up.
Yeah, I didn't think it would get through like rights and clearances. And
I was like, there's no way this is going to actually happen.
I was like, there's no way this is going to end up in the final cut, but it did, and it was so funny. Like, I loved it.
Hilarious. How hard, you guys might have got it like right away, but like shooting that scene and getting through it without laughing.
I think by that point I kind of gotten all of it out, because like I said, we had the table reading, and then I'm going over the script, and there were definitely some moments here and there when Carl and I were talking about it, rehashing, when Sherman and Anthony are rehashing in the kitchen. That definitely was a bit hard because Carl's always fun and he's always so hilarious. So I can't do a scene without laughing with Carl anyway, already as it is. So with that, the subject matter being what it was, man, it was. There were definitely some moments where we had to do another take, because just the nature of the scene itself.
Yeah.
Now you guys are kind of brewing into the will they, won't they sort of couple, not couple. And I know you guys can't give anything away, but is there anything you can say about your development that we can look forward to?
Well, I think the next 2 episodes are not to be missed. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Make sure you have your wine handy. Next couple of Fridays. Get your girlfriends or your friend group together and to watch the show. I definitely say just stay tuned.
They have a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
Definitely got that already. already got that, already peeped it. Now speaking of wine, since you brought it up, what would you say in real life is your favorite wine and wine brand?
Yeah, I talk about orange wine all the time. I feel like I should be like a spokesperson for orange wine. I really love an orange wine, which I found out because after season 1, people kept asking us this question, and I kept saying orange wine, and then people were like, "What's orange wine?" I was like, "I don't know, but I drink it." But now I know orange wine is, they take white grapes and they process them like red grapes, which means normally white grapes, they take the skin off, and with red grapes, they leave them on. So with orange wine, it's white grapes where they leave the skin on to like fermentate or whatever, which is why it's like that orangey color. Yeah. I find it delicious. They range from like citrusy to like really funky. I don't know a specific brand, because a lot of times when I'm drinking it, I get it from like these natural wine shops in Los Angeles or these natural wine bars, and they kind of give you like a tasting, or they can recommend things. And so I never really mentioned.
Got it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, the more you know, right? The more
I learned. Give me a little history lesson on one.
History lesson today. All right. Someone had their coffee this morning. I like Brown Estate, which is it's a Black owned winery, and they have it's like a red blend that's called Chaos Theory, I believe. And so, in fact, we actually have it featured on our show. It's on our bar. So if you want to look for it, you can see it. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. And then generally speaking, like I kind of like reds. I like Cab Sauv, and I like Lambrusco if I want something a little more refreshing. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Brown Estate.
Yeah. I know of them. But I do have to look into the orange wine. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I ever saw orange wine, so I'm actually I'm gonna like look for that because that's very, very interesting. Now I'm a huge fan, right? So I'm a huge fan of the show. I talk about it quite a bit. What is one of the reasons, or many, that you think people should be watching this show?
I mean, I think that with everything going on in the world right now, I mean, we all just need a good laugh, and then furthermore, like with us, being an all Black sitcom on NBC, which you don't get to see often. Hopefully, our community feels seen in that, and feels represented, and they could connect with, if not all of our characters, one or more of our characters. So I think it's about just letting loose and having fun, and then representation, and hopefully feeling seen.
And would you like to add anything, Gracie?
Yeah, no, I think Aaron got it exactly right. It's about laughter, it's about heart, it's about having a good time with your friends, drinking some wine, watching the show. But most of all, yeah, I think we hope people feel seen more than anything.
And final question, of this season, what's your favorite episode?
It hasn't come up yet, so that's why we say make sure you stay tuned. On Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on NBC, and then we will be streaming on Peacock following the next day. So yeah, no, definitely, I can't give it away. I mean,
I think I'll say like this next episode. Well, I don't know when this is going out in the world, but episode 4 and 8 for me are two of my favorites.